Today I am going to give y'all my 2024 NASCAR Cup Series driver lineup prediction. This video right here is going to be a little long, so kick back and relax, and let's get started in 6 seconds.
Ryan Priest, and you're watching William Blackwell on YouTube.
First, I am going to start with Hendrick Motorsports. The current driver lineup for Hendrick Motorsports right now involves the 5 car being driven by Kyle Larson, the 9 of Chase Elliott, and the 24 of William Byron, and the 48 car of Alex Bowman. And 3 years later down the road, I don't see them changing that lineup, and I think it remains the same in 2024. Now, as we go to Stewart Haas Racing, like I said earlier, this is just a prediction, nothing official here, but I expect for them to have a big change-up coming around 2024-ish. And Kevin Harvick will retire and head to the Fox Sports booth to call races alongside Mike Joy and Clint Boyer, but he will be replaced by Ryan Blaney. And I'll get to why in a minute, but for right now, Ryan Blaney will drive the 4 car. The 10 car, however, will be driven by Ryan Priest. And a lot of people might be wondering, why in the world would Stewart Haas Racing pick up Ryan Priest instead of, I don't know, Matt DiBenedetto? Well, Ryan Priest has a deal with Kevin Harvick management, and they manage him, and look what they did this year. Got him into a competitive truck ride, and he won Nashville, for crying out loud. So, Priest has the management, and he has the skills of what it takes to be racing for a top Cup Series team. So, Priest will drive the 10 car in 2024. The 14 car in 2024 will remain the same with driver Chase Briscoe. I think he will win a couple races by then. I'm not saying about 20 of them, but I would think he'll at least win, I don't know, 3 to 4 races at the most. And then you got the 41 car that will remain the same with driver Cole Custer, as his dad Joe Custer works for the team. Now we're getting to Joe Gibbs Racing, and this team, in my opinion, will see a big change up 2 different drivers to their Cup lineup. Starting off with the 11 car. In years past, the 11 car has been piloted by Denny Hamlin, but this go around, it will be very different. Denny Hamlin will move on, and he will be replaced by Daniel Hemrick. And yes, I'm saying that right. Daniel Hemrick will get a Cup ride again, but with JGR in the 11 car. Now we're going to the 18 car, and it will remain the same with driver Kyle Busch, and he will not go anywhere. In the 19 car, Martin Truex Jr. will retire by 2024, so we'll see an open ride available, and I think the automatic decision will be Ty Gibbs. He's a really talented driver. He has what it takes to race in the top series, the Cup Series, so put him in, Joe Gibbs. And the 20 car will remain the same with Christopher Bell. Now we're talking about Penske. Earlier I stated that Ryan Blaney will go to Stewart Haas Racing, and here's why. You got Austin Cindric in the 2 car, but the 12 car by 2024 will be now piloted by Harrison Burton. You got to remember, Harrison Burton announced recently that he is going to go to the Wood Brothers in 2022 to race full-time. That is a sister team to Team Penske, so I see him making the jump in a couple years later. So Harrison Burton will drive for Penske in the 12 car for 2024. The 22 car will remain the same with driver Joey Logano. Now we're going to RCR. I'm expecting them to run 2 charter cars and 1 open car. The 2 charter cars will be Austin Dillon and Tyler Reddick, and the open car will be Ty Dillon. And Ty Dillon has raced in the Cup Series for many years, and he's done really well in my opinion. He's very underrated, but he will get a chance again in the Cup Series come 2024, but he will be an open car. So no guarantees, but he will race the Cup Series again. Now we're going to the Wood Brothers. The Wood Brothers, in a couple years down the road, it's not no guaranteed. They can very well leave the sport, but I highly doubt it. But I don't know. It is 2021, and by then it'll be 2024, and crazy things are gonna happen. It's just life. Crazy things will happen. But for now, I think the Wood Brothers will stay in NASCAR, but they will have Eric Almirola. A lot of people speculate Eric Almirola might be heading towards retirement, but I don't think he ready for retirement. He still has that fire under him, wanting to win races and wanting to do good and bring home great results. So I don't see him going anywhere anytime soon. Now we're talking about Roush Fenway Keselowski. Still Roush, but with Keselowski now a part owner. And by 2024, we will see a 3-car team. And it will consist of Brad Keselowski driving the 6 car. The 17 car will be driven by Chris Buescher. And the 29 car, the 3rd car, will be driven by Matt DiBenedetto. So there's the driver lineup there. And by 2024, I don't think Trackhouse Racing will expand to, 3 or 4 car team. I think they will remain at a 2-car team with driver Ross Chastain in the 97 car and Daniel Suarez in the 99 car. Suarez, if this were to hold on true, he stays with the team to 2024, man, he's got it made. Racing for the same team for multiple years, that has never happened to Suarez in any Cup Series. You got to remember, he started off with JGR and raced 2 full seasons, if I'm not mistaken. Headed over to Stewart Haas Racing, got fired, raced for Gaunt Brothers in 2020, but now at Trackhouse. It's been a rough career for Suarez, but I think now he's got it under control, racing for Justin Martin, Pitbull, and company at Trackhouse Racing. But now 2311 Racing. And this one right here is going to be very interesting and something to keep an eye on. Richard Petty Motorsports right now is a team that has a lot of history and real famous because of Petty. But the team hasn't been performing so well. And there are rumors going out that they're possibly selling the team. And by 2024, I think the team will be well sold by then. And I think the buyers will be 2311 Racing. Because you got to remember, last year, before this whole rumor started off with Denny Hamlin partnering up with Michael Jordan, there were rumors that Hamlin had interest in buying out Petty and just taking over the 43 car. So this will make a lot of sense if this were to happen, but I think it will. And the driver lineup will consist of Bubba Wallace in the 23. And I think Kurt Busch goes to the team in 2022, but he will retire by 2024, and that will leave the 32 car wide open. And I think Denny Hamlin fills in for that. And John Hunter Nemechek races the 46 car, and the 51 car will be piloted by Eric Jones. And now we're going to JTG Daugherty Racing. JTG Daugherty Racing is one of the hardest teams, in my opinion, to predict. A lot can change. But come 2024, I think the driver lineup will consist of Myatt Snyder in the 37 car, and the 47 car will remain the same with driver Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And by then, I think Stenhouse wins a handful of races. Wild prediction. And now Kaulig, I think they remain a 1-car team for many years, but Justin Haley will still be their driver. Now you got Front Row. Front Row Motorsports is a team that wins races every now and again. They won a Daytona 500 in 2021 with driver Michael McDowell. And they also won Pocono with Chris Buescher back in 2016, David Reagan, Talladega 2013. They got 3 wins to their resume. And I think by 2024, they'll be a little more competitive, and their driver lineup will be a lot of youngins. You got Riley Herbst driving the 34 car. Herbst might not be the world's best driver, but he does have the funding. And the 38 car will be driven by Todd Gilliland. And Todd Gilliland, in my opinion, is so underrated. Look in the Truck Series. He's racing for Front Row. This will make a lot of sense if he were to go race for them in the Cup Series. But he's doing so good in the trucks, and no one's really talking about him. It's always Zane Smith, Sheldon Creed, and blah, blah, blah. No Todd Gilliland. They don't make no sense, and it kind of drives me nuts as a fan of Todd Gilliland. But I might be a little biased. And now we got Junior Motorsports. Junior Motorsports, in my opinion, by 2024, will have a 2-car team. And that 2-car team will consist of Noah Gragson in the 1 car and the 88 car. I think this car will go full-time, but with 2 different drivers, or many drivers, if you will. And I think the main driver will be Sam Mayer. Sam Mayer is an up-and-comer. He's already won a race in the Truck Series in 2020 at Bristol, and he's made a couple Xfinity Series starts in 2021. Not really going so well, but he has a lot of potential, and I think he will make it to the Cup Series in 2024. And now you got Rick Webb Racing. This is pretty simple. Cody Ware's going to be with the team. James Davison is not going anywhere. Josh Berlicki is not going anywhere. He does not damage equipment. And Bailey Curry, I think, gets his opportunity going full-time with this team in 2024. And now Starcom Racing will remain with Quinn Haas. There's my full 2024 driver lineup predictions. And like I said, Richard Petty Racing sells their charter to 2311 Racing as they go to a 4-car team, 3 charter cars, and 1 open car. And drivers retiring will be Kevin Harvick heading to the Fox Sports booth, Kurt Busch heading off to something else, Martin Truex Jr., and unfortunately Michael McDowell. I think McDowell, I don't see him racing much longer in the Cup Series, and I think by 2024, ouch, he will be out full time. But there's my predictions. Everybody, though, remember to please like and subscribe and comment down below your opinions. Now, I'm curious to know. Peace.